So this is my questions to the hospital, Royal Devon and Exeter Hospital in Exeter. My question is to them: did my sister-in-law and brother, who told me that they'd only written the records and done nothing else wrong, did them having an anniversary party with Julie Dent, this lady here, the driver of the car, Susan Hailstone, the GP admin, who wrote the records on the 24th of June 2020, then had an anniversary party on the 24th of June 2021 with Mike and Sally, my brother and sister-in-law, the ones that said that they had only written the records and done nothing else wrong. Do you think that they, not do you think, did they have influence, did they influence the hospital records and the GP records being retyped and rewritten, not copied, but rewritten and retyped on the 24th of June? Let me just show you that. Susan Hailstone, 24th of June 2020. Susan Hailstone, clerical admin role. It's got it on the bottom as well, 24th of June. That's when she wrote the records. She was the one that had that party with those three ladies, my sister-in-law Sally, along with my brother. Apps for NHS is the registration of car plate, and my sister-in-law admitted that they came, her friends came, parked at the back of the shop. She admitted to a court of law that her friends came in a car, apps for NHS, and they all thought it was strange that I would think that there was a conspiracy between the NHS and my brother and sister-in-law. The ladies are, as I say, Susan Hailstone, that's her there, and then the other ones are that's Sally's friend Claire. She's the one that Sally was hugging. The other one's Julie Dent. It's not a great picture. The first picture was pretty good. That's Julie Dent, the driver of the car, and Susan Hailstone, the lady that wrote the GP records. This friend Claire, she has a yacht that she moors at Brixham Harbour, along with my brother and sister-in-law. There's Claire again hugging Sally. I could hear them saying that they would see each other on the yacht at the weekend. So the question was to the Royal Devon and Exeter Hospital: did them all having the anniversary party with Mike and Sally on the 24th of June 2021, when the records were all typed, well, the GP records were typed on the 24th of June 2020 by Susan Hailstone, who's the lady in the pink outfit. Hang on a minute, there we go. Lady in the pink outfit. Did that influence the hospital records being rewritten and retyped, not copied? The other lady being Julie Dent. All I've done is I've looked them up on different things. So I looked her up on Facebook, and the lady Melanie Walker's a picture of Melanie Walker there with Julie Dent as well. She's got different hair look, but that's Julie Dent in the picture. Now, in the letters, I wrote letters to the hospital, complaint letters, and I'm going to show you the whole letter here. This is in 10th of October 2020, and it says there, in regards to your concerns that dates have been altered in your mother's medical records, we have not been able to find any dates that have been changed. Now, that was by Melanie Walker, the picture you just saw just now. She used to be the chief executive of the hospital, and Julie Dent was the head chair of the hospital. And this letter, they're saying that they couldn't find any altered dates, that Dr. Al Makhtar, he signed that record, the coroner's witness statement, he signed the mortuary witness statement on the 24th of May 2018, and it says, they say that it was the 29th and not the 24th, and that I'm incorrect about that, but I'm not, because I've got that one there, I've got the record. In the letter they're saying that this is the 29th, this date, and it doesn't say the 24th, but it does say the 24th. And as I've showed you before, it's got Dr. Al Maktar there. He's signed this on the 24th, 1655, the day that I saw and said goodbye to my dead mum. He's also signed the mortuary witness statement on the 24th as well. And the coroner's assistant, Lindsey Ainsworth, she wrote a letter to the hospital, to the GP practice she sent it on the 28th of May 2008, and it says they're coroners to Sid Valley practice, Lindsey Ainsworth to and from, and it's on there. It's got that mum died on the 23rd of May 2018, the day before. In the hospital records, as I say, there's that record that says that deltaparin was given to my mum on the 23rd, and that the doctor, who was a junior doctor at the time, he took direction from my father, which to me seems extremely strange. This is in these letters, so this is this letter, which is the first letter of complaint, the reply, and you can read it for yourself, and it's all the way through. And then the second letter of reply letter, it's got at the bottom there that Dr. Al Maktar was a junior doctor at the time. There we go, somewhere there. Oh, a family member said that sent me a message on the 24th, on the day that my mum died. That was this one, to say how sorry she was to see me so upset in the hospital on the day that my mum died. But again, they didn't believe that, and they also put that. There we go, it says about the family friend. I've covered her name up because I don't want to get her in trouble, but she did actually send me that message. And she told me that she didn't recognise any of these doctors. She didn't recognise Mr. Talbot, who recommended that mum had an operation on a day that she wasn't there. And she didn't recognise Dr. Al Maktar's name either. Again, mum wasn't there. There you go, you can see it's got Dr. Talbot, Mr. Talbot and Dr. Al Maktar there. And Dr. Al Maktar was a junior doctor at the time. Anyway, I'm just pointing those facts out. But do you think, did you guys, did Julie Dent having an anniversary party a year to the day from when the GP records were typed, did that influence the hospital response to writing the hospital records? Now, I've got a letter here which is a letter that's contradicting mum's doctor's letter, and I'm going to show you that. So within the hospital records, this document, which is written by my family on the 15th of the 5th 2018, and it says that mum's husband was her carer for the past 5 years, and that she declining cognitive function for 12 years. There's no record of that within the GP records at all. Mum's doctor doesn't mention it at all. In fact, she mentions something else. I'll come to that in a second. Anyway, this one's written by my family, and it's saying about my dad. And this one is, it's in two parts. So this one here, this is supposed to be on the 21st of June 2016, and this one's been altered, and it was when mum was tested for dementia and she had CT scans. And it says here her past history, it's got her past history there, but it says there, look, that together with her husband and sisters, she presents with long history of gradual progressive decline in memory, first noted by the family in 2007. Now, in 2007, mum fell and fractured her right wrist. There was nothing wrong with her. There are letters in the records which are in the evidence that I've provided in all the different parts. And it says here that she declined memory clinic in 2014. Now this record, and it says in here that she smoked and quitted a while back. Heavy smoker, quitted a while back. My mum never smoked. This record here is to make it look like she was ill for longer, and it actually validates the handwritten record written by my family, but at the bottom of it, it's got that name, Julie Dent, CBE, and the chief executive, Melanie Walker. And she's the one that couldn't find any altered dates within the records. And Julie Dent is the driver of the Apster NHS car. And there's the other page of this as well. So that's they both validate the handwritten hospital record. Now on this record, this is from Mum's doctor to the head coroner for the coroner's inquest. Her husband and myself first noted memory impairment in 2016, but however, at that point, she refused referral to memory clinic. Now they say in the other one that she refused to go to memory clinic in 2014, but that wasn't it. It was in 2016. That's when they first noted memory loss in 2016. Now the GP, Mum's GP, wouldn't send a letter to the coroner saying this if she had something wrong with her in 2014. But Julie Dent and Melanie Walker, who couldn't find any altered dates and who turned up and had an anniversary party with my brother and sister-in-law a year to the day from when the GP records were typed, their letter, which has been added to and which has been retyped, contradicts the doctor's letter, but it validates the 2018 records. Now the GP records, this letter is in the GP records, and this letter is also in the validating hospital records. The hospital records that were written by the hospital, Julie Dent, Melanie Walker, whoever, they were retyped. All the hospital records that validate the 2018 records written by my brother and sister-in-law, my sister-in-law being that lady there in the picture hugging that lady Claire, and these ladies Julie Dent, Susan Hailstone. Now the hospital medical records that validate the 2018 hospital records, bear with me. Now they were typed on the 08/07/2020. So the 8th of July 2020, all of the hospital records that validate the 2018 records are typed on that date, and they validate. Now these records that I've got here are gynecology records, and they're being validated by the hospital that Mum had a pessary in 2016 is what they're saying. Now there's this record which is within the 2018 hospital records, also written by my family, and this also says that Mum had prolapses for 35 years, but in the GP records written by Mum's doctor, there's absolutely nothing about that at all. It doesn't say anything about Mum having anything to do with having a prolapse, anything at all, for the whole time. Now, Mum's doctor was her doctor for 14 years. So you'd think that she would know, wouldn't you, that what was wrong with my mum in those 14 years. There's no sign of it in any of the GP records to do with the fact that they say that my mum had this condition for 35 years. Because she didn't. She didn't have anything wrong with her for 35 years. She didn't have a pessary, and the records were retyped and written on the 8th of July 2020, and they validate the pessary that goes with the x-rays, 6 x-rays on 2 different days, mum's date of birth correct and her age wrong, 83, and the altered dates both on the 15th and 16th, same as the x-rays, that Melanie Walker and Julie Dent couldn't find in the hospital records. And Julie Dent being the driver of the car Susan Hailstone being the passenger and her friend Claire also being a passenger. Sally and Claire moor their boat at Brixham Marina. Julie Dent's the lady on the bottom of that letter that I've just shown you within the hospital records there, along with Melanie Walker, who couldn't find any altered dates. So to my question to the hospital is, having an anniversary party with the two people who told me that they'd only written the records and done nothing else wrong, did that influence the way that you wrote the hospital records, the GP records? The bit where I said I thought there was a conspiracy, I really do think there is a conspiracy because of the fact that they turn up in a car apps for NHS a year to the day from when the records were typed. My question to the hospital, has this influenced your decision to put through a load of records that validate the very dodgy hospital records that I put through in this whole series of evidence, parts 2 to parts 7, 8, which also includes the pictures of the ladies? So that's my question to the hospital, to the Royal Devon and Exeter Hospital. Does my brother and sister are having an anniversary party with your chief executive, head chair, the NHS GP admin who wrote the records a year to the day, and that lady Claire, did that influence your decision to put those records through incorrectly?